Good evening and welcome to the Limerick Planning Board meeting for February 5th, 2025. We can stand for the flag salute.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. So, Brady's here to discuss with us findings we wrote. You want the floor and just kind of go over it a little bit, or what?
Sure. So the board may recall that back on December 4th, I was directed to prepare some draft findings based on the board's deliberations that evening. What has been produced is my best attempt at capturing the board's deliberations during that evening. As we discussed back on the 4th, the overview talks through the entire application process, basically how we got here tonight, and the findings. Get some feedback. The findings then go through and address each of the 16 standards that you discussed, as well as the 4 standards from Article 6 as well. The board initially had voted to, or had indicated that a number of the findings that were previously made by the board, getting picked up on 2 mics there, I think. The findings that had previously been made by the board, the board, upon your own review of the record, you were inclined to adopt those findings as your own based on the evidence that you reviewed as part of this remand proceeding. So there are several points in the decision that is reflected, that indicate the board is adopting those prior findings. There were several places during your discussions where you identified additional evidence based on the previous record that you asked to be included in the draft decision, including some reference to the one of the notices of violation that were issued related to the property and were contained in the previous record. Those references have been included, and in preparing these draft findings, I relied on the notes that I took from the proceeding, as well as a copy of the video of the meeting as well. And I'm happy to talk through any questions or anything, any items that the board may have in terms of this decision. Ultimately, this decision is your own. This is a draft copy. The board is free to change. You can adopt it as written. You can change it. You can disregard it completely. Ultimately, it is your decision to make. So happy to answer any questions you have, or just leave you to review and make a vote.
You guys have any questions for Brady, or? No?
I don't know.
Nope.
Okay. So the only thing that I was concerned about was that the June 1st sidewalk was not referenced. And we, I think we talked about the August 2nd being an actual meeting between Stan and Sean's environmental people, so I don't know if we should somehow do anything with that, or you think that everything is pretty well ironed out in here?
So the overview provides a set of dates that the matter was heard from, and that the records of those meetings became part of the record. You could certainly call out that, so the June 7th date is mentioned as one of the public meetings that were undertaken as part of the project. So there is a reference there. If you'd like to reference specifically as a site walk, you can certainly do so. But and there were, where the board indicated specific dates of comments, I tried to capture those in the narratives. So you'll see, for example, for standard 16, there's actually some specific reference to testimony from the June 7th hearing. And I think there were some other references to that hearing as well. But I think, so I don't see Stan here, but I assume if there are edits that you'd like to make, I have my laptop here. And what I can do is just pull up the draft and send an updated version to the town to print off as the version that you're adopting.
Do you have edits that you guys would like to make? Are you comfortable with the way it is, or?
I'm just reading through it now.
So we were asking Ernest to have June 2nd
June 1st, I think it was June 1st that we actually had.
listed at the beginning.
So, the only thing, it says that we had the board's August 2nd, 2023 site walk, was absent. We didn't have, it wasn't a site walk, so.
Yeah, but it's referencing what the court.
That's the date that, yeah, so.
Yeah. And
So, I'm fine leaving it, or not, or whatever you guys think.
I am fine with the reference to August 2nd there, because it's documenting the court's decision and how we kind of got to this point with it being remanded back to us. And I'm fine not specifically calling out our June 7th site walk, because we don't have any documentation of the site walk itself, which is kind of how we ended up.
And ultimately, the board's decision here, as we went through the process of reviewing the record, the review you undertook was based on the record that has been retained and was provided. So whether there was a mistake on the part of the court or in the previous decision in terms of the reference to the date, I think the larger issue that the board was concerned about was there not being a record of the site walk itself. So I think the decision that you would be arriving at here works to cure that issue either way.
So what's your thoughts?
I'm good with this.
Okay,
Yeah, the decision remains the same regardless, so.
okay. So, the process, if we sign tonight, what's the process of what happens, what would likely take place?
So as a process matter, so at the previous meeting, the board did not vote formally to approve or deny the application on remand. So tonight, you should formally vote to, based on your deliberations, to vote to, if you're going to deny the project based on, or deny the application based on the findings contained herein, I would recommend that you vote to do so. And then after taking that vote, you would vote to adopt the findings prepared by the town attorney as your own, and sign, a copy of that. From there, your decision will be, the decision will be final as far as this board is concerned. And from there, it's really up to the applicant or any other aggrieved party to determine what they would, what they wish to do.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Yeah, what's the first step again?
To deny the application, correct?
All right, so I'll motion to deny the application, based on the findings, the review of the findings in the record, before us.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's motioned and seconded. Any other discussion on that? Okay, all in favor? Okay, it's 3 in favor, or 3 against, I'm not sure which way it is, but, so then, do we need a motion to sign the findings?
Yep, so I would recommend you make a motion to adopt the findings of fact that were prepared for you.
Okay.
And then, assuming that you do vote to adopt those findings, then you would sign that copy.
All right, so I'll make a motion to adopt the findings of fact prepared for us, by the attorney.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. Any discussion on that?
No.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, 3 in favor. Okay, so, you want us to sign a copy of this?
Yep, what I would recommend is circulating a single copy for each of you to sign
Mine.
and to date.
You have one that's clean?
This one's clean.
And from there, that's the official copy, so the town should retain that copy and provide copies to the applicant. And that should stay part of the record for the town as well. Yeah.
Oops. It's already 2025. Actually, let me see that again. I'll try that again. Let me see your paper again. I messed it up. So. Alright, so 2, 5. There we go. Do you have something for us, Sean, or? No? Okay. So, see where it goes, I guess. Thank you.
It was a pleasure to work with you all.
Thank you.
And,
Thank
I'd send it to, I'd send it to you and then you'll forward it.
yeah,
Is
so
that how you wanna do it, or you want me to have him send it to Stan and Stan can forward it to those?
yeah, so the town should send copies of the decision to the applicant as well as Mr. Farrand, and should retain the original for its records. And I would like a copy as well.
You want an original copy?
Nope, a scan is fine. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Good luck with the rest of your agenda.
Thank you.
All right, so. We have some minutes to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for December 4th.
Okay, it's moved, and I'll second it. Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, it's unanimous. And then, so how do we wanna handle the conditional use application?
He needs to sign it.
He needs to sign it, and I think I'd like to have him here, so,
Yeah.
you can kind of tell us a little bit about it.
Yep.
So, do you want me to have Stan?
I think Stan told them, but I think Stan told them the 12th, and it should be the
Okay,
19th,
okay.
so I can see.
So we're gonna have the meeting,
Is it not the 9th? I thought we were off.
we're not doing the 19th.
Oh, that's right, we're not doing the 19th.
Mhm.
I think tentatively, we said the 26th.
I believe that's correct.
That's
Yeah.
what I told Alicia.
That's what they do.
So let's plan on the 26th. Okay. Anything else? Okay. So with that, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second it?
All right. All in favor? Thank you and have a good night. Is there no trash in here anymore?